I'm just installing gauges into my VS Commodore. And this is what I've come up with. Let me show you its features. These holes on the side are to avoid these. The holes on the top are to avoid the top of the gauge and the light. And the holes on the bottom are so that the bottom of the gauges don't interfere, so it can go down like that a little bit more. So, in action, that's how it's going to look. So as you can see, that's what that hole is for, and the top is what that hole is for, and the bottom, that's what that's for. So there you go. Now to figure out how to mount this in, and how we're going to do it is the gauges are coming out. Gauges are coming out of the bracket. We're going to put some holes in the bottom so that we can come in through the bottom and mount it in through the bottom with these holes. Oh, that's right. One more thing I forgot to do. I'm taking out this whole top panel actually, so I can get to the mounting of the gauges from the top. Otherwise, it's going to be impossible to put this all up as it is now. Connect it all up as it is now. So yeah, so I've got to take this whole top out. Yeah, I thought I was being smart here, but nah, I've got to take more material out so I can put the bracket in. And this is now what it's looking like. At this point, you might be wondering why I didn't just chop the entire thing out from that line, but I'm leaving it simply so I can route the mechanical pressure lines and wires and stuff, just so they don't like kink straight out the back if through, I don't know, vibration of the car, and kind of just moves around. So this way make sure it's coming straight out the back. So yeah, that's what it looks like now. So hopefully at this point those gauges can come out. I can put this, try and mount it in here. The screws are going to be coming out in here, up the base of that, and there. And hopefully I should be able to get the gauges all back in through this top access. So yeah, there you go. Ta-da! So there's my progress. The thing I'm working on currently is getting these switches back in. So as you can see, there's a little tab coming off the top of this switch, but there's no room for it because the metal bracket is in the bottom of it. So I had to take out that tab on the bottom. I was very upset when I found that out, because I like keeping things original and not messing with stuff if I don't need to. But yeah, so now, I mean, the switch still works, and from the front it's just a normal switch, but from the back you can clearly see it's less stable now. And I'm hoping that doesn't eventually fatigue. I just got to be mindful not to, I guess, really go hard on it. I never would, but hopefully other people that get in my car don't do that either. I don't know. Had to buy a new switch because the old one fell apart. This switch is just for my radio. So I've previously put a diode in there and just have the radio work without a key, because for some reason this car doesn't have auxiliary. And yeah, I had to get a new switch because it fell apart. The old one fell apart. I got the exact same one, so I didn't have to drill it out anymore. So yeah, that's what it looks like. We've already had a test run last night. Pretty upset I've only got 40 psi of oil pressure, so I'm gonna have to get that looked at. I can't be fucked figuring that out. Yeah, and also it's putting it back in, it's interfering somewhere, so it doesn't go all the way in, so I've got to figure that out. I'm going to run the boost line into the engine bay in preparation for when I get the supercharger on. I guess while we're here, let's do a little bit of a review of these VDO gauges. They go for I think over $100 each. I like the look of them, like pretty retro, like simple, like basic old stuff. They don't sell them for the price of old stuff. Luckily, I actually got them at a pretty good rate from a mate, let's just say. And yeah, even paying pretty much the half price I paid for these, they stunk. So whatever factory they're being made in, I guess they're swimming around in shit or something. So I went to the bathroom and drenched them in Glen 20. Then I read some reviews about the mechanism that holds the tube in itself, and people are like, oh yeah, these gauges, you just gotta fucking put 100 Newton meters of torque on these nuts so that they don't come out. I didn't believe it. I just went as hard as I thought it would until I felt it bottom out. But then other accessories that VDO sells that makes this work. For example, this adapter. Look how fucking long and pointless that is. So I had to like redo my wiring so my sensor was able to come out this far. But anyway, as you can clearly see, it's leaking. And I put a sealant on it. But anyway, I think the threads are just garbage. So I'm going to have to like tighten them up. Anyway, once I saw that leak, I went back into the car and listened to the forums and really went to town on it. So there's no way that's coming out. Yeah, I mean, pretty much all I'm going to say is running oil into your car, now that I'm doing it, it's actually a bit scary. A mechanical oil line. My personal review on these gauges, they're pretty slow to respond, at least this oil pressure one. I wouldn't recommend them. I reckon they're too much of a hassle than what they're worth. I had to modify the brackets on the back. Let's see if we can get a good view of this. You can see how it's all kind of like torn up and stuff, this bracket here, because it wouldn't fit over over this nut. So I had to like, yeah, bend them and stuff. So yeah, it's garbage. Do not recommend. Do not buy these. They're junk. The VDO mechanical gauges, it's probably the same with all of them, regardless of the style. Yeah, VDO's I think cheap garbage in my opinion. Just hope these gauges last. Now I'm going to modify the other one of these and try to route the boost and try and figure out what this is banging on in there, and pretty much done, and then clean up and go for a test drive and see what works. I gotta say, I absolutely hate working on the interior of this fucking piece of shit. I am so cut up. Everything is so fucking sharp. I don't like taking my time with things. I just want to get it done, and it's not fucking happening. So I wanted to keep a lot of this material, and I like the idea of these holes to guide them out of the gauges so they don't kink or anything, but it's just not happening. It's not going to fit. I have to pretty much just cut off, boop, I'm taking off the whole back end. It's not going in. I've had enough. I've disconnected and reconnected everything probably 4 or 5 times now. Yeah, I'm done with trying to massage it in. I'm gonna just chop the whole back off. It's not happening. There's so much room back there, but it's just not happening. Doesn't want to do it. Chop. There she is. It's hideous. I'm sad. If this doesn't work, I'm selling the car. The one time I decide not to connect everything properly and just test fit, now it fits. perfectly. Everything's solid. Looks very sexy. Now to pull it all apart again and tighten up everything in the back. And it's done. I'd love to be more happier, but now I've got to clean up. And also, that's not very nice. The VS Commodore is meant to have 60 psi of oil pressure and I'm only getting 40. So I'm not too keen about that. And it's just fought me the whole time. So I'm pretty wrecked. But now I'm going to read the instructions and figure out this. It doesn't flicker in real life. That's just the phone, the camera. It's just a solid number. It looks very nice. Kind of looks retro, so it matches everything else in here. Yummy, yummy ticking. I reckon it's a good idea to put a supercharger on something that sounds like that. But yeah, I guess before we're putting the supercharger on, more money. Got to figure out where my pressure's at. Got to figure out how to fix that first. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna tidy up all that, loop it up, zip tie it, and just tuck it under the cover when I put it back on. Yeah, I mean, in terms of review, these were a pain to make work. Stay away from mechanical gauges if you can. I did this because I'm cheap. Yeah, I mean, installation was a massive pain. It's more so where I put it is why it's a pain. It's actually got nothing to do with the gauges themselves, I guess, but yeah, still not awfully excited. I mean, it's sick. I'm just so wrecked. All right. So yeah, sorry I'm too tired. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said, but yeah, bye. So I started the car briefly, let it warm up a little bit, maybe 5 minutes. Kabam! That adapter is probably when I saw it while it was out of the car, which I'm gonna have to take it out of the car again. When I saw it, it had some of the worst threads on it that I've seen in my entire life. Oh my god. So yeah, that's coming all off again, and gonna put some more thread sealant on. Hopefully that will fix it. The instructions on the thread sealant said don't do a lot. I'm gonna do a lot. That's how I tucked everything away, just like that. So cable tie there, and cable tie around that loom, I guess. It's pretty stiff, it's not going anywhere. Now to tidy all this back up. So I've already put the this is the stuff I'm using. I've already put that on, but I'm just wondering if I'm able to show you the quality of this thread. There's chunks missing out of it. You can clearly see. It's a fucking shit piece. And that's not even the side it's leaking from. It's leaking from where the sensor goes back into it, that thing. So imagine the quality of these fucking threads. But we can't see in there. Not well. Unbelievable. Now that's what you call shit. Look how fucking big this piece is. It could be half this size. This thing could be right over here, and then the sensor could be in here. All this is absolutely a waste. Anyway, I hate this, but yeah.